"Wait a moment," said Pilgrim. "We haven't seized the little monsters in the cave yet." "Oh, elder brother," said 8 Rules. "Lead me to them so I can hit them. Hitting them is such a waste of energy," said Pilgrim. "It's better to find some firewood and finish them off that way." On hearing this, the woodcutter immediately led 8 Rules to the eastern valley to find some broken bamboos, leafless pines, hollow willows, snapped-off vines, yellow artemisia, old reeds, rushes, and parched mulberry. After they had hauled bundles of these into the rear entrance, Pilgrim lit a fire while 8 Rules fanned up a breeze with his ears. As he leapt out of the cave, our great sage shook his body once to retrieve his hairs. By the time those little monsters awoke, both smoke and fire were pouring out. Alas! Not even half a monster managed to escape, for the cave dwelling was completely burned out. When the disciples returned to their master, the elder saw that the old monster was stirring, and he called out, "Disciples, the monster spirit is awake." Going forward, 8 Rules slew the old fiend with one blow of his rake. Its original form appeared to be that of a spotted leopard. "This sort of spotted leopard," said Pilgrim, "can even devour a tiger. Now it has managed to assume human form. Putting it to death will prevent it from causing any further trouble." The elder thanked them over and over again before climbing once more into the saddle. "Venerable Father," said the woodcutter, "toward the southwest, not far from here, is my humble abode. I would like to invite you there to meet my mother, so that she may bow to thank you all for saving my life. Then we will escort you to the main road." Delighted, the elder dismounted and headed southwest with the woodcutter and the 3 disciples. After a short distance they came upon a path of flagstones moss-lined, and wood gates wisteria entwined. On 4 sides are mountains lament, and trees filled with birdsong strident. Pines and bamboos join in thick green. Profusive rare blossoms are seen. Deep in the clouds and out of the way is a bamboo-fenced thatched hut to stay. From a long way away they caught sight of an old woman, leaning on the wooden gate and weeping bitterly, crying out for her son all the while. When the woodcutter saw his own mother, he abandoned the elder and rushed up to the wooden gate. As he went to his knees, he cried, "Mother, your son's here." Embracing him, the old woman said, "Oh my child, when you did not return home these last few days, I suppose that you were seized by the mountain lord and killed, and the very thought of it gave me unbearable pain. If you weren't harmed, why did you wait till today before returning? Where are your ropes, your pole, and your axe?" The woodcutter kowtowed before replying, "Mother, your son indeed was taken away by the mountain lord, and tied to a tree. It would have been truly difficult to preserve my life if it hadn't been for these several venerable fathers. That one happens to be an arhat sent by the Tang court of the land of the East to go seek scriptures in the western heaven. He too was captured by the mountain lord and bound to a tree. His 3 disciples, however, possess vast magic powers. They succeeded in slaying the mountain lord, who turned out to be the spirit of a spotted leopard. Then they burned to death a great number of the little monsters. When they freed and rescued that old venerable father, they rescued your child as well. Their kindness to me is high as heaven and thick as earth. If it hadn't been for them, your child would certainly have perished. Now the mountain is quite safe, and even if your child journeys through the night, there'll be no danger." When the old woman heard these words, she bowed with each step she took to receive the elder and the 3 disciples into her thatched cottage. After they were seated, mother and son kowtowed repeatedly to thank them before rushing into the kitchen to prepare a vegetarian meal. "Brother woodcutter," said 8 Rules, "I realize that yours is a humble livelihood. You may feed us a simple meal, but please don't go to the trouble of making any elaborate preparation." "To tell you the truth, venerable father," replied the woodcutter, "ours indeed is a lowly abode in the mountains. There are no large black mushrooms, but on mushrooms, Szechuan peppers, or star anise. We have only a few items of wild vegetation to present to you all as a mere token of our gratitude. Sorry to have caused you such inconvenience," said 8 Rules, chuckling. "Just make it snappy, for we're getting awfully hungry." "In a moment. In a moment," said the woodcutter. Indeed, in a moment the tables and chairs were spread out and wiped clean, and several dishes of wild vegetation were brought out. What you see are the yellow cabbage lightly blanched, and white beans pickled and minced, water polygonum and purslane, shepherd's purse and wild goose intestine, the swallow not coming both fragrant and tender, bean sprouts with small buds, both crisp and green, horse blue roots cooked till soft, dog footprints plainly toasted, cat's ears, and bee dropped in the wilds. The ashen stalk, cooked very soft, is esculent, the scissors handle, and cow's pool profit, the hollow snail upturned and filled, the broom-like shepherd's purse, the broken rice chi, the watsaichi. These few items are both fragrant and smooth, Miaoying flowers fried in oil, and most praiseworthy water chestnuts, rushes stems and tender watercress. 4 aqueous plants truly rich and pure. The wheat-wearing lady is coy and good. The torn-worn cassock, no need to wear it. Below the bitter hemp are bamboo props, the little bird's cotton coat, and the monkey's footprints are so oily when fried that you have to eat them. The slanted how, the green how, and the mother-hugging how. Some tiny moths have flown atop the flat buckwheat. 2 bare goat ears. And gochi roots. You add but black blue, and there's no need for oil. These wild vegetations, and a meal of rice, the woodman truly offers as gifts of thanks. After master and disciples had eaten their fill, they at once made preparation to leave. Not daring to detain them for long, the woodcutter asked his mother to come out to thank and bow to their visitors once more while he kowtowed repeatedly. Having tidied his clothes, the woodcutter then took up a staff made from the trunk of a date tree to escort the pilgrims out the door. While Sha Monk led the horse, 8 Rules toted the luggage, and Pilgrim followed closely to one side. The elder, riding the horse, folded his hands before his chest and said, "Brother Woodcutter, please lead the way. We shall take proper leave of you when we reach the main road." They then descended from the heights and headed for the slope, following the turns of the brook. Musing as he rode, the elder said, "O disciples, since leaving my Lord to go to the west, I've walked the path of an unending quest. In mountains and streams disasters await. My life has been the fiends and monsters' bait. Tripitaka's the sole thought on my mind. The ninefold heavens all I hope to find. When will I from such toil my respite earn? And, merit done, to the Tang court return." On hearing this, the woodcutter said, "Venerable Father, please cast aside your worries. In less than 1,000 miles on this main road to the west will be the Kingdom of India, the home of ultimate bliss." When he heard this, the elder at once dismounted and said, "We've caused you inconvenience to come this far. If that is the main road before us, let me urge you to return to your house, Brother Woodcutter, and do thank your honored mother for us for that sumptuous vegetarian repast. This humble cleric has few tokens of gratitude to offer except the promise of reciting scriptures morning and evening on your behalf, so that both of you, mother and son, will be blessed with peace and long life of 100 years. The woodcutter respectfully agreed and walked back, while master and disciples headed straight for the west. Truly, the fiend subdued, they leave their hard ordeal. The kindness received, they journey with zeal. We do not know how many more days it will take them to reach the western heaven. Let's listen to the explanation in the next chapter.